What happens when you run the original Quake and Team Fortress 2 at the same time? This is a semi-educational video just to demonstrate to you what I personally experienced. I was waiting for a high-level game one day to start. I thought I'd launch on Quake, play around as you do. The match was about to start, so I launched Team Fortress. And pretty evidently, upon getting to the main menu, see it was completely fucked for some reason. It took me by surprise, as I would expect it would to anyone, to be honest. Aspect ratio and resolution was completely fucked. It was all over the place, and it was even more noticeable, as you can see in game now. Only a portion of the screen was visible. Also, going up against like a straight wall and looking up and down or left and right, you can see that the world would morph with the camera and bend, and I found that quite funny actually. But it was at the very least an interesting experience. I alt-tabbed in and out to try fix this, and sometimes it made it worse, sometimes it made it better. But until one time it was perfectly fine, or so I thought. The aspect ratio and resolution was completely normal when it went back to what it was. In Quake, I have 125 FOV. In Team Fortress 2, I have 90 FOV, and I don't mean view model FOV. For some reason, Team Fortress 2 decided to adopt my Quake FOV, so I now had 125 inside Team Fortress 2, and it was amazing to experience it. I've never been able to replicate this ever again, but what I have been able to replicate, and pretty easily, is what you're seeing now, with you know, the screen being completely messed up. Now, you can tell this directly affects Team Fortress and not just my overall screen itself, because at the start of this video, you could see I was on Steam and my desktop, and it was completely 1080p, normal aspect ratio and resolution, but the moment I went into Team Fortress, this has happened. What interests me the most is a game engine that came out in 1996 on the 22nd of June that has been built upon many times, and most notably by Valve, create the Source engine, can still affect, and more advanced engines further down the line, many years ahead of its time. It running Quake and Team Fortress 2 at the same time has obviously made this clusterfuck, but I find it very interesting. There's nothing much in this video. I just wanted to demonstrate briefly what happens when you do run a newer version of the Quake engine, in theory, while running the old Quake engine. There's nothing more to this. Any you got any questions? Feel free. If you like my content, subscribe. I don't really care either way. It's a video, but hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.